Good afternoon, Yorkshire Classic Cars Limited fans. Just a very quick, this is for fans of mk1. Thank you again. Thank you again to all my subscribers. Doing really well, nearly up to 1,000, which is like, I never thought I'd get up to 20, so really pleased about that. This is just an explanation about my Capri. It's in the background here, you can see it, the old green machine. Okay, love a green Capri. First Capri was green. The reason I'm doing it is because I just want to get it back and use it again. I'd set myself a goal this year of entering Street Weekend 2024. Street Weekend is a bit of like a drag and drive. So if you've ever seen things like Sick Week, Hot Rod Drag Week that they do in America, Race Week. So they drive from drag strip to drag strip, run some quarter miles or eighth miles, and then they tot up the final and see who's got the best times. Obviously, you can only take what you take with you. I can't stick it on a trailer, drive it from track to track and then just run it. That's just sort of obliviates the whole idea. So basically, you've got to have it street legal. You've got to be able to drive it. Some people take a trailer with some necessities in it, change the tyres, things like that. I wasn't going to do that this year because as much as I enjoy doing it, it won't be competitive with some of the faster cars there. I mean, some of the medium cars, it wouldn't be competitive, I don't think. But the fact is, I just like to do it. Whenever I'm drag racing, I go out to try and win. However, if I don't win, I enjoy the whole event. So it's not really about the winning for me. And I know that sounds like the old one. It's nice to take part, but it is actually true. I love a close race, and that's fun. I have to say, though, it doesn't matter. I won the National Street Car Championship in 2015, and I didn't have the fastest car, but I did have a very reliable car that we could do a lot of street miles in that was reasonably fast. It was fast compared to probably what you can buy. It was like 911 GT3 RS sort of fast. But compared to some of the sort of really fast strip cars, it wasn't close. But then some of those couldn't do the street miles, so that's why I won in the end. I did go out to try and win. I won, loved it. So basically, I'd set myself a goal to try and get the car entered for Street Weekend this year. Now then, that's the 12th, 15th of June. Santa Pod sell the tickets, and I think it's £275, which enters the car, yourself, and a passenger. Obviously, I was going to load it full of a tool or two. I was going to take a pair of mold grips and a gallon of petrol, if I'm really honest. But basically, I thought that gives me a really good goal. The race season starts in Easter, usually. That's sort of March this year. And March, realistically, it doesn't sound close, but when you've got other work in the workshop, you know, I sort of took some time over Christmas to get on with it, clear a few jobs up and stuff. And even then, I didn't spend as much time as I like. I stay late on a night. When you've had a big day at work, you don't always feel like it. So, excuse me. So basically, the goal was to try and enter Street Weekend and give me a goal to do it. Now, because it's 275 quid, which isn't, it's not a vast amount of money, but it's money I don't particularly want to throw away if I can't do it. So I sort of held back a little bit to try and get it on, and it's literally sold out within hours, which I am absolutely devastated about. So they have talked about potentially putting some extra numbers in, and I'm hoping that I'll get entered into those extra numbers. If I don't, I don't. I mean, you can't change it, you certainly can't cry about it. So I'm still working at getting the car done on that proviso that hopefully I will get in, which means whenever I get a spare minute or two in between jobs and other jobs, I will be getting on with it. Hence why I'm trying to move it forward so quickly. It's not just because I haven't used it for 10 years. That's part of it. But that's why I'm trying to get Street Weekend ready. Obviously, if I do Street Weekend, I will do it. Okay, I will video it, and I'll put a little dash cam in, and I've already got a passenger lined up. I'm hoping he'll fit in the seat. If you know, you know. Okay, but the car is really close. The engine is now back together. And I was going to do an unboxing on the wiring loom, but I've been seeing that a lot, not so much. This is the wiring loom. Now, it looks terrible, but this is one of those. I mean, it's not like a really, really good quality one. It's a Chinese one, but it'll be fine. All the wires are labelled to and from the switches and stuff. So, although it looks a lot, I don't actually need that much of it. Obviously, I need the inevitable UK things like lights and stop lights and indicators and blah, blah, blah. But also there's electric windows and cigarette lighters and stuff like that, which I just don't have. So I don't need any of that sort of stuff. The dashboard is now in the car. The switch panel is now in. I've put, if I just follow you up a sec, sorry about that. I've put a switch panel that I've made in there. It's mounted to the roll cage. I've left a bit of a gap there that you can see there's just one plug there, so I can run the wires along the roll cage. And then they're going to go down the near side or passenger side windscreen pillar to the fuse box, which is going to be under the dash down there. Then all the other wiring will run across there to things like the fuel pump and I've actually put a petrol gauge in it now. Sits down there in the dashboard. I have made a little bit of a faux pas, and I haven't put a wideband lambda mixture gauge in there. I probably don't need it once it's mapped anyway, to be quite honest with you. I used to have one before when I was running the nitrous and stuff, and I never looked at the damn thing. So I ordered an extender for the steering wheel boss, and I ordered it off eBay, and it's here in the box. It was quite cheap. It was black, and it looked the part, and I thought, oh, that looks all right. It's cheaper than buying a piece of aluminium and lathing one up, so I may as well buy it. And it's actually cast aluminium. If I unbox that for you, you may or may not be able to see in the video, it is going back, that the holes aren't drilled the correct distances apart. They're not even spaced to themselves. It's really hard to see. If you look at some of them, they're further away from the centre than others. I was using the small holes, the inner ring of holes. The outer ring is too far apart anyway. That's for a different make of steering wheel, but the Momo uses, or the Momo size uses those ones, and they don't line up. Which, you know, whichever way you look at it, that's not very good. So that one's going back, and I'm waiting for another one. It's only 3-inch deep. I think it should be fine. Put the seat cover on. The big news is the engine is pretty much back together. The front timing cover is on. Okay, the crankshaft is in. I think you can see it in there. I put it this way up so the dirt and muck doesn't fall into it. All the shells are in and everything. The big ends need torquing up. I need an adapter to go from 3/8 to 1/2 inch because I broke mine. And I forgot I would need that because I've only got a 3/8 inch socket that fits. I need to order oil cooler pipes, things like that. The last thing I need to do really, once I've torqued those up, is work out where the oil return is going to go for the sump. For the turbo is going to go back into the sump, and I don't really know where that's going to go as yet. So I really need to build all this up with the turbo manifolds and the turbo on and everything, so I can weld it in a place where I've got space to fit it. So that's the next step. Once that's then all together and the sumpulation is back on there, I can put the flywheel back on and the clutch. Okay, and I can set up to make a custom adapter. So that's just why I'm racing away with the Capri. Love this gimbal. So that's why I've been basically doing it. All being well, I'll get in. Obviously not going to let us know for a while yet. I don't know how it goes, and there's probably a lot of people in front of me in the queue. So if I don't get in, I don't get in. But I will continue the build. I am debating, if I don't get in, whether I should just maybe move this along once I'm finished and sell it on. I don't know what you think. Feel free to leave a comment on that. If you think keep it, whatever. I'll finish it. I'll drive it a little bit. I'll take it to some shows. And then I might go back to the Skyline and finish that off and either keep that or sell that on as well. I'm not a big one in car shows. I can't wander around while the car's parked up in a show. I get a bit bored and I want to go home, and then the car's usually stuck. So anyway, so back to it. That's why we're doing it. If I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. But hopefully, we'll get into street weekend. It'll all be MOT'd, running, mapped, and ready to rock and roll. We're not going for ultimate power. It'll do as a shakedown run. Will it make it? Who knows? I'm not in the AA or the RAC, so it might be worth joining one of them before we try. I'm just looking at ordering some street and strip tyres, so nothing, they're not going to break any world records of tyres I'm going to buy, but they will be safe carrying spare wheels because I just literally don't have the room and I don't want to put a roof rack on it particularly. So I'll keep you informed on the street weekend. If I get in, I'll let you know. If I don't, I'll let you know. And that's hopefully going to keep us moving towards the goal. But I'm going to keep on with it. When I get a minute, I'll keep going, probably at the weekend this time. Cheers for that. Keep watching. Thanks. Bye-bye.